Welcome back in a real way. And this one might hurt some of my feelings, but it's real. So this whole year, Philly and a lot of other places have been experiencing a uptick in violence and murders. And typically when shit like this happens, I see a lot of we need prayer. Um, that's a lazy way out. I think, I believe, I subscribe to the idea that praying is a lazy way out. That's basically a way of acting like you give a fuck, but not doing anything, not really giving a fuck. Um, and ultimately, when I see that statement, I usually say prayer didn't get us in this situation, so prayer ain't gonna get us out. And what I mean by that is, I lived through the 90s when you niggas and bitches was glorifying that violent way of life. I lived through the 2000s when all y'all niggas wanted to be a cannon. You know what I'm saying? When all y'all, chicks was bragging about how your boyfriend or your cousin or your brother or somebody was a cannon. You know, how wild he was. I lived through uh, the last decade when everybody wanted to be a savage. I lived through the decade before that when everybody wanted to be a goon. So I kind of don't want to hear this shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be the change you want to see in the world. And yeah, it's sad that, mothers are losing sons, but it's sadder that these mothers are not teaching their sons core moral value and virtue and principle that would guide them away from shit like that, away from thinking that life is something to strive to and something to aspire to. You know what I'm saying? We keep talking about trying to break generational curses and shit like that. Meanwhile, y'all ran out here and had babies by the same niggas that you complaining about killing everybody. You know what I'm saying? You duplicated the nigga that you're complaining about right now, and then you're mad because he's the duplicate. You know what I'm saying? Or worst off, even if you did, even if his father wasn't of that cloth, you know what I'm saying? You glorified the niggas of that cloth, so now this nigga feel like he gotta fix himself to fit in shoes that don't even fit, and then when he suffers, you know, a fall behind it, because there's only two ways it goes. And then you want to say, oh, it's a shame. Is it a shame though? You know what I'm saying? Is it a shame? And the wild thing is, there's chicks out here doing it too. They out here scamming and conniving and setting niggas up and all kind of shit. Prayer ain't get us in it, so prayer ain't gonna get us out of it. How about you teach your kids better? You know what I'm saying? Now, if something happened to mine, that's gonna be a fucking shame. You know why? Because they wasn't even a part of none of that shit. That's where shame comes in. Somebody needs to be ashamed of themselves for hurting motherfucking kids and they have shit to do with their life. You know what I'm saying? That's called senseless violence. The shit that y'all doing to each other, that shit makes sense. You steal from a motherfucker, you get your head knocked off. That makes perfect sense. That's not senseless violence. It's rampant because it's every which way, but that means y'all motherfuckers is doing each other every which way. And I'm not saying it like, no type of way, but my pop told me you get what your hand called for. And you don't live a certain type of life and get out of that motherfucker scot free. So like I feel bad that people are losing their family members, but you gotta keep that same energy, man. When when some shit is coming your way, and you feel like you got the advantage, and you're like, yeah, well, I'll call my brother because he'll do such and such and such and such. You don't never factor in the fact that everybody got a brother, everybody got a cousin, everybody got somebody who think they just as wild or wilder than yours. So when it goes the other way, how you gonna feel knowing you just set your family up to get taken off of this earth forever, all behind some shit that you did? Hey, I'll call my cousin. They know how my people's is. Do they? You think they can't? You think it can't happen? Oh, what will Marlo say? Oh, you want it to be one way, but it's the other way, and that's real, man. Everybody, you want to change that tune when it hits home, man. Nah. But then you walk around talking about brothers and sisters and brothers and sisters. Nah, it can't be both ways. It can't be both ways. So, yeah, man, I'm not, like I said, man, it's fucked up that people's out here losing their family, but let's not act like these motherfuckers is out here not being treacherous villains and fucking heinous murderers, and it's a whole lifestyle to come with that. You know what I'm saying? Teach your kids better. Teach your kids to be the change you want to see in the world, and then you don't have to worry about certain things. You know what I mean? Now, granted, bad things happen to good people all the time. Okay, but that's when you use, that empathy. That's when you use that, that sensitivity to say, damn, this is fucked up. We need to make a change. That's how you know something is wrong. But when motherfuckers is in a certain lifestyle and they get what comes with that lifestyle, you want to be running around with a motherfucking hot boy and niggas is on his top. When they start airing out the car, if you in the car with the hot boy, you get that too. You wanted the rewards? Come on, y'all. Let's not act like we don't know how the movie goes, And if you want better, then you'll teach your kids to do better. It's fucked up, but it's fucked up for everybody. When y'all on the other side of it, you know what I'm saying? Y'all want to, tout these niggas and hold them up like they the fucking captain of the football team. You know what I'm saying? But when they team lose, then you want to act like, the game was rigged. No, it is what it is. And that's just what I'm on right now. One.